Now, I've just mentioned before in the previous class that decision making can be objective or subjective. Subjective is so much of the intuition, what our minds tell us, the intuition, how I feel about something, and that will go ahead and inform me on how I'm going to make the decision. So it's just a feeling. This is how I feel. I feel this is the best decision. Sometimes it's right. It's actually an art. When we go this direction, decision making becomes an art. And sometimes it has also led to good decisions. The feeling, they say, don't ignore your feelings. That intuition that is, if something tells you that this is bad, there is a possibility that it could be bad from your experience, I mean. But objectivity is about making decisions that are supported by facts. It's scientific in nature. It involves things like experiments. The decisions that you are going to make are generally going to be universal. Universal means that if you give somebody else the same situation, the same facts, he is likely also to make the same decisions if he is going to approach it objectively. That is what universal means, that it applies almost everywhere, and given the same situation, that is what somebody else will basically go for. So in management, when you are managing organizations, we tend to go with the objectivity most, because objectivity will lead us to informed decisions. Remember, you might end up managing somebody else's organization. So if you're managing somebody else's organization, unless you can support your facts or how you came up with that the decision, you might be on the wrong. You might be found to be the one who misled the organization. So it's always preferable that you go with the decisions or make decisions that can be supported by facts and given to any other person who is a professional just like you, possibly will make the same decision. But of course, that is the general way of thinking. Though subjectivity also matters a lot, especially if you want to come out as a winner. Sometimes subjectivity, it is an art, and an art brings in the element of uniqueness, and it's that uniqueness that can propel you to another level when we talk about good decision making. But otherwise, if you make a decision that is not going to lead the company to a better direction, then you might be found culpable. They may not want to see the subjectivity part of it. So most of the decisions are going to be objective, and I've said here in this class that objectivity is what makes us now look at this topic under HRIS, because we want to make the use of systems in making decisions. Making use of systems to make decisions. Now, before we look at this, I think in the next classes, let me just look at the process of rational decision making. It's a step by step. Anything scientific, step by step. Step by step. That is the scientific part of it. We've said it's factual. So, step number one, identify the problem. Identify what is it, what is the problem. And sometimes we say, even before identifying the problem, know where you want to go. Know where you want to go. That is the vision. Know where you want to go, or know where you are going, and then ask yourself, why am I not getting there, or why am I not in the right path to getting where I'm going, getting to where I'm going. Then you will find the problem. What is it that is pulling you back from going the direction that you want to go? Then that's where the problem lies. So identify that problem. Once you identify the problem, do some research. Research on the problem. Research on the problem. Research on the problem. Can you understand the problem inside out? Analyze the problem. Research on the problem. Get to know it better. Then come up with alternatives. Come up with alternatives. What are the alternative possible solutions? Come up with the alternative possible solutions to the problem. Of course, in the process of researching, you'll be able to get these alternative possible solutions. Then once you develop the alternative solutions, evaluate all of them. Evaluate all of them. Evaluating means you ask yourself, what are the pros, what are the cons? What are the positive effects? What are the negative effects? What are the drawbacks of this particular such like stuff, so that at the very end you will be able to see the alternatives that are performing well and alternatives that will not perform well. Then of course it becomes very simple. Select the best alternative, the one that has so many pros, so many advantages, so many benefits. Select the best course of action or alternative, and once you select it, put it into action. Actionalize it, actualize it or implement it. And of course implementation goes with monitoring and evaluation. Check to see, is it yielding the results that you so expected? If it's not yielding, then go back. Maybe there's a place somewhere here you made a problem. Maybe you selected the wrong alternative. Maybe you didn't identify the real problem, because at the end of the day you are checking to monitor and you've seen that the problem is not being solved. The problem is still there. So there's a possibility that you identified the wrong problem, or you didn't carry out a good research, or you didn't come up with all the exhaustive alternative solutions. All this could be problems that you did. So monitor, go back, see where the problem is and check. Otherwise, when you monitor and evaluate, you should be able to see that you have solved the problem that was at hand. Thank you. Let's meet in the next lesson.